Welcome to EcoMS Academy. In this video we are going to present about the most expected GS3 topics for UPSC Mains 2023. These are based on the PYQ analysis. These are surely helpful for your upcoming mains examination. If you are preparing for this exam since last year, so this is the chance to use this expected topics, and this is the last 2 days of you. So these topics will be huge helpful for you to leap a step forward. So without any delay, we are going to discuss the topics which are important for the upcoming mains examination. So coming to the first topic, internationalization of rupee and its impacts. So the reason is what? There is a concept of de-dollarization trend has started, and there is an issue of Russia-Ukraine crisis, and India is avenuing, for example, UPI payments got linked with this UAE. So these are other things where it matters a lot. So in this thing you need to see the benefits and what are the challenges to implement this. So you need critical thinking should be there. And another next topic goes to the 15th Finance Commission, which was not yet asked since its publication. In this there are a lot of dimensions. For example, there may be a chance they may ask about the disaster management related to the 15th Finance Commission, and the grants to Panchayat Raj and municipalities. These are the untouched topics which UPSC has not asked till now. So next one, there is another concept called Ports versus Privatization, Major Ports Authorities Act. So recently this Major Ports Authority Act has came into the being. So this is the one important thing which you can connect with the Port Trust in 74th Amendment Act, that is called Municipalities Act. Got it? Municipalities, like Panchayat Raj is there, right? So there is a concept you need to see the ports versus privatization. So you can link this one. So in this privatization there are a lot of models where this privatization is happening in the ports. For example, landlord model, service model, etc. So you need to do about these things. So there is also, so the reason for importance of this question is there is a question asked in the prelims itself regarding the ports. So next, another thing is inclusive growth. So it's a very this type of question is there is high chance of asking this inclusive growth. So you need to context like each and every dimension where this inclusive growth matters. For example, like Sabka Saath and Sabka Vikas. Got it? So go as much as from the inclusive growth concept. So next concept is the fertilizer subsidy. So there is a trend of decrease in the subsidy, so in the fertilizer domain. So why this got connected? Because there is a new scheme related to one nation, one fertilizer. So you can link with this one. So next, another important topic is what? Gig economy, its issues, its benefits. So recently Rajasthan has passed a bill regarding this one. So and the way forward regarding this one. Got it? Very, very important for this upcoming exam. Next, crop insurance. So that is what? PM Fasal Bima Yojana related. Next one, allied activities. So from the point of this economic development, so recently if you see the previous year questions, they have asked about this animal husbandry, animal rearing, but one aspect they didn't touch, that is called the poultry. So very, very important. For example, what is the position of your India in the eggs? So is there any increasing trend? So what are the diseases related to it? So overall picture of the poultry is very important. Next one says it was talked in both budget and economic survey. So for example, if there is any chance, they are going to compare with this cess with Indian cess versus China cess policy, cess of India. So China cess is different from Indian cess. So they are going to change this to exclusive economic enclaves. Got it? So just go through, there is a committee regarding this cess, just go through as depth from this perspective. So next one, demographic dividend, very important. So previous year there is a question was asked regarding this demographic dividend. Here also there is a chance of asking from this demographic dividend. Next one, LAR Act. Why this act got famous? Like why there is a chance of asking about this act? Because from 2013 to 2023, so there is an 10 year. So 10 year generally it is called as landmark year. So they may ask about this, how it has performed, performance of this act. Got it? Some issues regarding this one. Next one, RRBs, regional rural banks. Next one, fintech. Very high chance of asking about this fintechs. For example, UPI, right? So there is an SC Garg committee which gave recommendation about this. So see the like prospective. So there is an, for example, if you see in the G20, in the ASEAN, also the RBI or our government is focusing mostly on this fintech. Ours, you know that we in the services dominated country. So very important from this exam point of view. Next one, national logistics policy. Very important. Just go through it. Next one, high chance of asking of this PLI scheme. So what are its sectors? So how it performed? Got it? So what are its challenges? Next you need to write the way forward, how to deal with this one. Next one, so Niti Aayog recently have launched this national multidimensional poverty index. So you need to you need to know about these 3 pillars and the data regarding it. So what it has talked, how it is comparing with the international multidimensional poverty index. So overall there may be a chance of asking a question from the poverty dimension. Got it? So very interesting fact. The next topic is regarding to this decrease in the bad assets. According to a recent economic survey, so there is a decrease in the bad assets. Got it? So for this you need to see what are the performance, like how these bad assets got decreased. For example, IBC, which is a very insolvency and bankruptcy code, it has given a huge impetus to reduce this bad assets. And for example, if you know, government also funded the banks and other measures which has led to the decrease in the bad. Just go through this topic. Next one, startups, very important. For example, India, if you see, there is an startup S20 working group in the G20 also. So very huge importance for the startups. If you see, so what are the issues regarding the startups? So what are the policies? What are the frameworks? So what are the each and everything regarding the startups is very important. Next one, MSMEs, which nearly contributes 40% of the exports and huge chances of what you can say employment generation. So in this dimension, MSMEs, the role, like you can say women's role in MSMEs. So very important, just go through it. Next one, recently India has unveiled its foreign trade policy 2023. It's an open-ended policy. So in this policy you need to talk about the pros and cons of it, and you need to give some way forward. Got it? So next one, very important, that is what there is a demand of revival of this old pension scheme. So earlier, after the retirement, you will get 50% of the amount as a monthly pension. But if you see the new pension scheme, you need to subscribe it. Like the person need to voluntarily subscribe this one. It's not an involuntary aspect. So subscriber need to do this one. So just there is a comparison of it. So why there is a need, why there is a demanding of some states of reverting back to this old pension scheme. So next concept is poverty. It's an ultimate concept. So as much as from this diamond, just go through it. Next one, insurance sector, which was untouched and not asked by the UPSC till now. In this, you need to know about the insurance density, insurance penetration, right? So for example, life insurance and non-life insurance comparing with the other countries. So what are the initiatives taken by India, and suggest some way forward for it. Got it? So next one, cooperative sector packs. So in the recent budget, they are going to digitize this packs. So cover as much as possible from this packs. Do you know packs, right? Packs are the primary agriculture co-op societies, right? Digitization, they are going to digitize this one. Diamond industry, very 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 important for this. So because of this, lab grown diamonds. So Surat is the hub, right? You people know. So just see what are its issues. So from the different dimensions, issues, like what are the benefits, what are the suggestions you can give. So next one, national resources strategy for what? Critical minerals, for example lithium, molybdenum, right? So etc etc. So there is a resource strategy government has unveiled it. Just go through this one. It may connect with the critical minerals. Next one, public digital infrastructure, very 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 important topic for this upcoming prelims. Why? Because it was talked in both G20 and ASEAN. So what are this public digital infrastructure? For example, UPI, CoWIN, DigiLocker, etc. So how this public digital infrastructure has created a potential, like what are its benefits, so what are its issues, what is the way forward you can suggest it. Next one, CBDC. So there is a trend of central bank digital currency. Just go through it. Next one, decrease in the growth of textile sector. If you see the textile sector, there is a decrease in the growth because of lot of factors. Just go through this one, very important for this exam. Next one, Atmanirbhar Bharat. It's an all-time hit concept. Just go through this. National monetization pipeline, land monetization. So monetization is, it's not selling the assets, it is what? Leasing the assets. So very important, just go through this one. Next one, PM Ujjwala Yojana. Recently our Prime Minister has reduced the 200 rupees of LPG. So this may be a chance of for this woman related one. So next one, MG Narega comparing with the need for urban wage employment program. Do you know that due to the urbanization, there is a huge demand for employment? So the comparison, like MGR is a very very hit scheme, right? Same thing like this one, it is for the rural sector. So for the urban also you need a scheme like this one. Got it? So this comes some of the important topics regarding the economic development. Now we dwell into the agriculture related. So agriculture is an all-time hit. If you see, the 3 to 4 questions will come from this agriculture dimension each and every year from the previous year analysis. So based on our like previous year analysis, the questions we are estimating, like we are assuming these type of questions may come on the paper. So the agri topics are exports, so seeds. Next one, very very important, is for what? Feminization of agriculture. Next one, mechanization. These two are high potential topics you need to dwell. So next one is what? Technology in administration, ag tech, agricultural technology, for example farm machineries. So next one, AI, for example drones in agri. So next one, softwares, very very important. Just go through this agriculture technology. Next one, credit creation. Recently our RBI has done a pilot project regarding this KCC, Kisan Credit Card Scheme. So without any what you can say physical document, so it has given 1.6 lakh per person. It's a frictionless credit. It's a frictionless credit. So all agricultural credit is very, very important. Okay. So next one, tenancy right. Till now there is they didn't ask about this tenancy right. Just go through that Bengal में एक movement हो गया. So just go through this tenancy rights. So what is the reason, like why you need to give tenancy? Like some states are giving, but some states are not. But there is no exclusive tenancy rights. So what are the issues regarding it? So what are the benefits? What are the states? Data is very, very important. So what is your way forward from this domain? Next one, water crisis, micro irrigation topic, very, very important. Micro irrigations, you know, the drip irrigation, all those things. Next one, cultivated land versus irrigated land. So there is an important concept. Next one, food processing, all time favorite question. Last year also they have asked a question from this food processing sector. Just go through this one. So we don't know, like each and everything there may be chance of asking of this one. Next one, millets, very, very, very important for this. It's like a very, very important question from different dimension. How it enhances the empowerment, so how it changes the cropping pattern, so reflecting on the dietary habits, etc, etc. Each and everything regarding the millets are very, very important. Why? Because this year it is an international year of millets 2023. Very, very important. As much as dimensions you need to cover. Next one, legalization of MSP, very important. If you see the last year question, they have asked about the PDS. Now there may be a chance of asking about this MSP. There is a demand of legalization of MSP. You need to talk about the pros and you need to talk about the cons of this. So you need to give the way forward regarding it. Next one, climate smart agriculture. So inclusive of technology in this agriculture. So according to the climate, for example, based on the atlas, based on this agroclimatic zones, right? National mission on natural farming, very, very important. So these are the important topics which you are expecting from this agriculture domain. Next, coming to this environment, very important thing. So there is a recently bill called Energy Conservation Amendment Bill. Just go through this one. So next one, life, very, very important. That is called what? Lifestyle for environment. If you see, wherever you go, Modi, our Prime Minister Modi used to talk about this lifestyle for environment. Just very, very important. Just go through it. So carbon market, very important. So there is an alliances are happening to reduce the usage of this carbon. They are going to net zero. But India there is a concept of economic development versus environment protection. So one aspect regarding this is what? Carbon market. Next one, recently they had published of IPCC 6th assessment report. So they may not ask directly but this data is very important. You can substantiate with some of it. Got it? Next one, UNCBD. So you know UNCBD means what? Convention on Biodiversity. So what is it? COP 15. So here global biodiversity framework was going to initiate. So it replaces earlier there are called Aichi targets. Got it? So there may be a comparison of question with this Aichi targets and this global biodiversity framework. So next question is what? UNFCCC COP27 initiative. So previous year if you have seen there is a Panchamrita strategy which was asked in the COP26. They have taken a single concept, for example, to decrease 50% for example renewable energy. So what are the initiatives government to work upon? In this manner there may be a chance of asking of initiatives which was done on the sidelines of this UNFCCC. First one is what? Loss and damage fund. Second one is what? Methane alert and response system. Next one, mangrove alliance for the climate. Next one, forest climate leaders partnership. Next one, mitigation work program. Next one is new climate quantified goal. Next one is what? Santiago framework. This is for technological gathering. So early warning pillars for all initiatives. So this is you can use this in your mains, like something what are the initiatives you can. So based on these pillars, every person within the system So you need to look when you are dealing with this. Every person is important. Like you should not give up on somebody or someone. So don't like rich, poor, something like. You need to give importance to each and everyone. Next one, disaster risk knowledge management. So there should be knowledge. Next one, detection, observation, monitoring, analysis, and forecast. Next one, warning, dissemination, communication, prepare to respond. These are the very, very important pillars you need to write when early warning concept. You can. So next one is what cheetah's introduction. Like recently the new animal got introduced into the forest, right? On the Kuno Palpur in the Madhya Pradesh. So what are its impacts? Like why there is an what you can say? There is a dying of this species. Right, what are the possible impacts? So what are the pros of it? So what are the challenges they are facing it? Or next one is what way forward to deal with this introduction of new species. Next one, draft national water policy. Next one, plastic waste management rules. For example, if you see single use plastics was banned, right? So there may be asked relating to this one, plastic waste management rules 2022, very, very important. Next one, Montreal Protocol. If you see it was came in 1997. If you see, so how many years it got completed? Nearly 25 years. So just go through this one, Montreal Protocol, right? So next one is what? Green hydrogen policy and green hydrogen mission. Very, 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 very important. It was talked in both budget and economic survey. And there is a huge chance of asking this question from the different dimensions, like what is green hydrogen, what are the types of green hydrogen, what is its potential in India, so what are the issues, so what government has done its initiatives, so how the international collaboration. Got it? So very, very important. Don't give up on this topic, green hydrogen policy and green hydrogen mission. Next one, just energy transition partnership. Go through this one. Next one, Joshima. There is change in the Himalayan landscape due to this urbanization picture. So very, very how this urbanization has caused due to the damage of this Himalayan landscape. So this Joshima is very, very important. This is sinking of this what you can say buildings. So this concept is important. Next one, ports. How these ports impacts the ecology of that coastal areas. So go through this topic. Next one, there is an important concept called environment, social and governance regulations. Got it? Very important one. Next one, human, wildlife, animal till now the question has not asked. Recently there is a 14 guidelines are there. If you are aware of these guidelines, you can easily answer this human wildlife concept. So here data is much needed. You need to substantiate your answer, so data is much needed. Next one, Project Tiger. It got completed something in 50 years. So there may be a chance of asking regarding this Project Tiger. Next one, rising sea levels. Very, very important due to this global what you can say warming. So monsoon influencing by external factors. For example, Pacific decadal oscillation is impacting. So El Nino got started. So next one, IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. So these are the external factors which influences our Indian monsoon. Next one, warmer Arabian Sea. If you see, there is an increasing in the rainfall or cyclones in the Arabian Sea. This is due to the what you can say global warming. So you need to look after what are the reasons for increase in the warmer Arabian Sea and why there is an increase in rainfall comparing with what? Bay of Bengal. Next one, groundwater extraction. Just go through this one. So next one, High Seas Treaty. Very, very important regarding the UNCLOS. Got it? So next one, what are the bills? So if you see the bills, what are the bills here? Biodiversity Bill Act 2002. So why? Because this bill, recent 2022 bill. So there is an act. So there is after this 20 years, there is a revamping of this biodiversity bill. So these provisions comparing with these two matters a lot. So next one, WPA bill and WPA act. Recently, though in this WPA is in line with the sites. So their schedule from 6 to 4 got decreased. So these are the critical analysis. There may be chance of asking this one. Next one, Forest Conservation Amendment Bill. So there is an FFC Act 1980. It got revamped. So another one is what? Coastal Aquaculture bill. Just go through this one. So science and technology. So coming to this science and technology, so AMR, very important, antimicrobial resistance. So you can connect with this One Health approach also. So cover as many as dimensions from this AMR. For example, what is the status, what are the drugs, you need to give some examples, you need to talk about the issues, you need to talk about some initiatives, each and everything, right? Women in STEM is very important. If you see the paper of the Hindu newspaper, our Modi ji has congratulated women scientists in the ISRO. So there is an also importance of the women in where science and technology and engineering management. Got it? See, mathematics, sorry. So India's space and science and technology related one. So India's space policy, very important one. So if you see this, in space has given a huge prominence for private sector participation. So in this you can also need to cover about this Chandrayaan 3 with other missions. For example, Luna 25, next one Artemis program. Got it? Next one, international collaboration in space. For example, NISAR is Indo-USA. Like this, India has collaborated in the space, Indo-USA, Indo-Russia. So what are the policies India has collaborated with other countries is very important. Next one, from the coming to this defense perspective. So indigenization of defense has started. So in this indigenization of defense, so ground level one, next one submarine, next one drone, next one air, next one missiles. These are the different dimensions you need to cover more. So there is a recently there is a policy, defense export policy or defense procurement policy, defense procurement policy. Just go through this policy and connect with this indigenization of defense technology. Very important. So there will be a question of asking like this one. So next one, for development and for private sector parts, so rare diseases, sickle cell. So rare diseases are very important. In this, sickle cell is important. Next one, application of biotechnology, gene technology, genome sequence, Genome India project. So biotechnology is a one important topic. So each and everything there may be chance of coming this one. Next one, superconductor. So if you see this LK99, it was said that it can do the properties of the superconducting the room temperature, but it got failed. But here, what are the superconductors, what are the importance of this, what are the initiatives, like India has done it or else international what has done it, also what are the issues, and very importantly applications where this superconductor, for example maglev trains is based on the superconductors. Next one, semiconductor, very important. This may ask in the point of economy or SNT. Got it? So economy, semiconductor mission is there, like India has performing very good, like for example if you see semiconductor policy has developed. So each and everything semiconductor is very important. Next one, lithium. So which will be critical minerals, you can connect with this one. Next one, ONDC, very important for this year, open network for digital commerce. For example, this is like example, we have a Flipkart, right? It's like an intermediary between a buyer and seller. So they are trying to reduce this intermediary interference with a buyer and seller. So that is why they are bringing this open network for digital commerce. Very important. So you need to see why this is required. So what are the Indian initiatives going to do regarding this? So what are its benefits, challenges, each and everything you need to cover from this ONDC. Next one, draft defense procurement production export policy, which you have already talked. So go through this one. India's defense technology. Yeah, there's one, facial recognition technology. Very important in this dimension of this, what you can say, law and order, right? So next one, waste to energy plants, very important. Next one, quantum technology. Overall quantum technology is very important. So national quantum mission. Next one, GM crops. So GM must have gone through the field trials, so that's why GM crops is very important. Next one, nuclear technology. So recently there is a concept of small modular reactor in the news. Just go through it. There may be chance of asking on this topic. Next one, GI tech. So next one, deep fakes, right, recent trend is starting. So next one, fourth industrial revolution, so which is AI plus IoT enabled things. Got it? So next one, chat GPT, very recent. Just for example, OpenAI software. So how it impact, for example, education sector, or how it can impact the child's knowledge. So how it demands each and everything, whatever the topics, like which are issues, for example, how it impact these other sectors matters a lot. So is there any need, or do we need to tweak some changes, each and everything regarding this open regenerative software. Next one is what? TB, very important. TB harega desh bachega, sorry. So next one is what? Malaria related. Next one is what? Dengue. These three diseases are very dengue, because they are trying to develop a vaccine. So same thing, malaria is also they are going to develop a vaccine. So TB also. Next one, anemia is very important this year. If you see the NHFS 5 report, so just go through this report, is also very important for this exam. NHFS 5 report, there is an increase in anemia also. So this is an alarming thing you need to notice. So anemia is a very important thing. Next one, non-communicable disease. There is a rise in the non-communicable disease, for example, cardiovascular things. Next one, strokes. Next one, hypertension. All this comes under the non-communicable disease. So what are the policies, issues, each and everything you need to go through this one. Next one, drone policy, draft drone rules was prepared. So just go through this one, lithium ion versus sodium ion. So there is a trend has started with the demanding the comparison with the lithium ion versus the sodium ion. Next one, nanotechnology, evergreen topic. So there may be huge chance of asking like how nanotechnology can be applied in the health sector. So next one, what you can say, other sector, for example, like what you can say, industry, for example, automobile manufacturing. So evergreening of the patents is very important. Now R&D, if you see the less than just 1%, just very important, this R&D picture. So next, so there is a recent one that is called Bharat NCAP versus Global NCAP. I don't know, there may be chance of asking this one, or vehicle scrappage policy also. Just go through these topics. So next one, disaster management related. So obviously NDMA, SDMA, DM Act related things. Just go through this one. So Turkey earthquake has happened. So it is because of strike slip earthquake. So this question can also be asked in the GS1 geography also. Just go through this one. So landslide atlas of India has prepared national platform for disaster risk reduction. So there may be chance of asking evergreening things like droughts, floods. So recently trend of this Nipah also, droughts, floods, for example. So that's it. So just go through these topics. So these topics, so we have analyzed as much as topics which are very useful for this upcoming exam. So just go through these topics 100%. So don't leave these topics. So I think you people have studied as much as possible from your side. So this is like our contribution from our side to make your ace in the mains. So we don't know, like based on the previous year questions, we don't know, we have analyzed the previous year questions. So what are the possible current affairs questions which can be linked with this upcoming mains 2023. So GS3, from the point of GS3, we have done this one regarding the economic development, agriculture, S&T, disaster management. So other one is what? Environment, right? So we have covered these dimensions. Apart from this, internal security. So we have covered as much as possible. Just go through these topics. These topics are very, very, very important. Don't miss these topics. So my sincere suggestion is to go these topics. Just revise this. If you are aware of these topics, just revise it, or else just go through this topic at least a day ahead of it. Just see the glimpse of it at least. So you can get this like anywhere. For example, if you type this in the Google itself, you can get the data, or else try to just see it. So very, very important. So what our sincere so all the best from the Ekam IAS Academy who are writing the mains. And this is like a very small initiative, it's a very small help from our side to who are aspiring to become the future civil servant. All the best. If this video is helpful for you, if the video it's a very hard efforts, we have done a lot to work on this one. So if you like this video, please share with your friends. I'm requesting you people to please share and like us our video on this YouTube channel. So share and like us. So subscribe to our channel too if you like it or something. Plus, but our issue is to reach as many as people. So share it, please share it, who are writing the mains, or else who are the people who are preparing for the next mains. This analysis is very important for you. Just share with one of your friends. It may be useful for them. So hopefully all the best. So happy, be peaceful and write your mains as much as possible from your life. You have done your work like anything. So it is the game plan. So until and unless if you are the state of peace, it won't work out. So don't panic, don't be anxious, just focus on your examination. So that's it. Thank you very much. Have a safe exam.